Hi, it's David Troyer with Intero Real Estate. This is your Mountain View real estate update for Q3 of 2013. I've got some exciting numbers to share with you versus our previous quarter, and certainly compared to the previous quarter of the same year in 2012. So first of all, let's talk about number of sales. So in total, Mountain View had 79 sales for Q3, which is just spectacular. It was higher than Q2 and really was just an awesome quarter for a number of sales for our town. Now what's fascinating, of those 79 sales, 85 sold for list or higher, which is probably the best statistic I've ever seen for multiple offers, pushing prices to new highs. So phenomenal for Mountain View. It just continues to be a growth opportunity for pricing because of demand for all of the tech jobs that are so close to our Mountain View housing opportunities. Now, of course, 14 of those 79 sales also in Mountain View, if you can believe it, went for over 120% of that asking price. So that means they sold for 20% or more, which is really crazy. Certainly indicative of our market and how competitive it is, and why some buyers just really have to get so aggressive to be able to acquire their house that they really want for their family. Now, when we go from number of sales, let's jump into the average price. Now, it's fascinating. The average price actually in Q3 went down compared to Q2. So our average price was around $1,139,000. Now, the only reason why that's lower was, again, because of the number of the high-end inventory we happen to have in Mountain View for Q2 was an unusual cluster of a lot of high-end homes. So it's a little bit deceiving, because when you look at Q3 and our average price, we're actually 17% higher than 12 months ago. So obviously a phenomenal change in our marketplace. I mean, imagine any other investment where you actually are getting a 17% return. It really is just frankly unbelievable how well the real estate here in Mountain View is doing. Now, the median price, we also had an increase to one of the highest ever, about $1,265,000 for a median price. 50% of the properties, by the way, also sold for 8 days or less, which would make sense in this multiple offer world. So it's just incredible how quickly, as a seller, you can put your house in the market, get all these bids in. If you really manage that process correctly, get a great price, and then you're off the market, which is very, very exciting. Now in Q3, the median price also was about 15% higher than the previous quarter, or rather previous time that year. So it really shows the overall strength of our marketplace. And then lastly, let's talk about what my predictions are for Q4. And Q4 is always an interesting time. You as a potential seller, should you consider possibly putting your house on the market during the holiday season? And I say this is one year where you should seriously consider it, because we currently only have 16 single-family homes on the MLS in Mountain View, which is just dramatically low, one of the lowest I've ever seen. So the buyers who need to take usually 6 to 18 months to acquire a house in Mountain View, they're ready to buy no matter what day it is. I don't care if it's the day after Thanksgiving or if it's December 24th. If the right house comes out, there are multiple buyers who are ready to move forward and find their dream home. So my encouragement are, if you are a seller that has the opportunity to either sell now or anytime in the next 3 to 4 months, this one window, the only thing I can guarantee you is at least this window is an absolute upside down window, meaning way low inventory, tons of buyers, great for sellers, and unfortunately for my poor buyers, horrible for the poor buyers. Realistically, they're not going to see any huge increase in inventory until the sellers start to bring their houses out in spring of 2014. But again, for sellers, it could be a fantastic window. So certainly don't let the holiday season scare you off and think it's not a good time, because actually I think it's certainly could be a fantastic time. Now, if you need any help discussing any of your real estate needs for your Mountain View home, please reach out to me, David Troyer, your Mountain View real estate specialist. Thanks so much.